Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And today I just wanted to talk to you about my project plan for 2024, how it go, and am I satisfied actually. So this is the last time you see me with this backdrop. I'm a bit sad, but the holidays are over, so I'm gonna change it up. Anyway, let's start. And I have introduced my project pan, like fragrance project pan, in October. So I basically had October, November, and December for my project panning. And I will quickly show you the fragrances that I have finished. And I also did a little bit of math, so it was like approximate amount of fragrance I have terminated, and we're gonna talk about this. So anyway, let me just show you random. It's not in a particular order, it's just the fragrances that I have finished. Very lovely, beautiful Givenchy Leaf Irresistible, and I do have a backup, and I opened a backup, a beautiful flowery peony fragrance, amazing. So it's a Miracle So Magic by Lancome. This is the flanker to Miracle of Lancome, which is it's my favorite fragrance out of all Miracles. So the classic one. This one wasn't bad. It's just that didn't live up to what I would expect in this to be. This one is the L'Interdit, and this is the Givenchy again, and this is like the classic one, the first one. And yeah, I should probably say how much fragrance I had in the beginning of the project panning. Out of 15 ml, I probably had something like 10 ml. Here I had, out of 30 ml, I probably had something like 10 ml. And out of 50 ml, I probably had 25 milliliters. This one is a beautiful, wonderful, wonderful fragrance, and I actually I didn't lose the cap. I threw it away because it was broken. So this is the Happy Chopard Lemon Dulce, and oh my gosh, this is really a very, very sweet, beautiful lemon. And out of 40 ml, I had probably like 20 ml left. Out of this beautiful fragrance that is reminded me of my youth is Hugo Boss Woman, and out of 50 ml I had 25 ml, and beautiful. I'm in love with this fragrance, and as soon as I started to use it, apply it again, I remembered how much I loved it. It just took me back years and years back. So this one is Elizabeth Arden, and this is Green Tea Yuzu, and I have nothing to say about this fragrance. I love this fragrance. It's Yuzu that I love. So it's fresh, it's zesty, and it's green tea. And I actually have a full 100 ml bottle of this one. And when I started this project pan, I had around 25 ml out of 50 ml. Next, I had about 6 ml out of this Kayali Lovefest Burning Cherry. It's 10 ml in total, and it is a good cherry. Is it the best cherry? Absolutely not. It's not. It's probably one of my most favorite fragrances out of Kayali range as of today. So, but in terms of cherry, it's not the best, but it's okay. I mean, it's an okay cherry. So this one is my favorite fragrance for such a long time. This is Estee Lauder Pleasures, and this is 15 ml. No, oh my gosh, it's 30. It's 30 ml. 30 ml fragrance, and I had 15 ml of fragrance here. It's the most beautiful flowery fragrance. It's very suitable for spring and summer, especially spring and summer weddings, especially for the brides. Beautiful, beautiful composition, and I love this fragrance for such a long time. And I have actually opened a new bottle after this one. So this is Escada, and this is Delicate Notes. I had 10 ml probably out of this, maybe like 12. So it's a delicate fragrance, really. It's very flowery, beautiful. It's not possible to repurchase it because it was a limited edition, but nice and flowery and delicate and everyday appropriate. Reminds me a little bit of Delina, to be honest. So this one, and this one is very beautiful fragrance by by Armani, and this is Acqua di Gioia, and yeah, it's a good one. I prefer Acqua di Gio and this green bottle, female version of Acqua di Gio. This one isn't bad. I actually have several others, Acqua di Gioia flankers, so the whole range isn't bad actually. It's a bit aquatic, flowery fragrance for everyday, beautiful, brilliant. And this one is the fragrance that I actually repurchased, and I have a big bottle of this one. And yeah, I had half of this bottle, so probably 15 ml. And then this one, this is Karl Lagerfeld, and this is 40 ml or 45. I don't. Oh no, it's 25. It's 25 ml bottle. This is Karl Lagerfeld by Karl Lagerfeld. A beautiful, very feminine and flowery, everyday sort of fragrance. Very nice one. I have now 80 ml fragrance. New. I just unboxed it not a long time ago. And I will end with this one, which is Nina Ricci. So this is Dancing Ribbon by Nina Ricci, and I did have, I want to say 25 ml out of this. This is 50 ml, and this is such a beautiful rhubarb fragrance, but I absolutely hate the bottle because it became nasty, it became like sticky. The fragrance was leaking, and the fragrance was kind of while leaking, it was kind of damaging the packaging as well. So not a fan of the bottle, of the design, but the fragrance is fantastic. And I also had, I tossed it away because I finished the bottle before I started. I thought that it would be a good idea to make the project pen. So I had 25 ml of Bulgari Paraiba, which I terminated as well, and I probably had something like 10 ml of fragrance. So now it all adds up to approximately 170 milliliters that I have finished in 3 months. And obviously I didn't finish only these fragrances, I also was using other fragrances, so approximately 170 ml in 3 months, which is not bad at all. And you know, I'm a heavy user of fragrance. I use a lot of fragrance because I like to smell good. I like using fragrances all the time. So it kind of brings me to think that approximately I use, I don't know, 3 to 4 milliliters a day of fragrance, which for some people can be like, oh my gosh, it's so much. But for me, it's normal because I tend to change fragrances like even 3 times a day. So in the morning I have one, and then I have another one at the dinner time, and during the daytime I have another one. So for me it's normal. It's really okay for me to switch between the fragrances. So now I'm gonna quickly show you the fragrances that I have for Project Pan of January. I didn't switch the fragrances from December. I put them over to January, but this time I actually put a sticker on each and every fragrance, so I do have a mark of how much fragrance I start with. So this is Green Me by Kiko Milano. Kiko Milano does fragrances, and now they actually have 5 fragrances in the permanent line. I didn't like them, they were nothing special. And this one was a limited edition. It's very green, it's very aromatic green. Kind of, I would say, it's kind of masculine leaning, but I really like this kind of scent profile. This one is a fragrance that you might know this fragrance. This is Flower by Kenzo, and this is Steel Flower by Kenzo. It says like that. Now they write it as Flower Kenzo, um, aquatic, iconic fragrance in 2000s. I love it, and I'm just head over heels about this fragrance, and I had multiple and multiple bottles of this one. So this is a beautiful fragrance by Alberta Ferretti that is actually called Alberta Ferretti, and this is the fragrance that it's kind of very kind of official and working places like strict dress code appropriate. It's very feminine and kind of boss babe fragrance. This one, and I remember how much I loved this fragrance. This one is Diesel Fuel for Life by Diesel, and oh my gosh, this is a nutmeg, a very nutmeggy, beautiful fragrance, and oh my gosh, it's so so good. So I also marked here the fragrance. So I'm gonna be monitoring my success with these fragrances. And also Amor, which is Lo Flamingo, and I have made noticeable progress with this one because when I first introduced it, I think it was somewhere here, and now it's down to here. So I'm happy with how it's going. And I have this one, and this is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. This is Dolce Gabbana Light Blue, and actually wore it a couple of days ago, and oh my gosh, I love it. This is a never fading for me. It's always good for me. It's always appropriate for any occasion. I love this fragrance. And the only reason why this small bottle is on the in the project pen is because I have a bigger bottle as well. I have 100 ml a bottle, and this is 25, so I have introduced it to my project pen. So these are the fragrances that are gonna be in the project pen for January. In February I'm gonna switch them, and I think that I'm gonna put 5 to 7 fragrances. So the only thing new that I'm gonna introduce is that every single month, I'm not gonna be introducing the new fragrances okay, so the 5 fragrances will be always like every single month. I will have 5 fragrances and I will switch them, but I will also introduce 2 fragrances. I will show them to you now, and these fragrances will stay in my project pan up until I finish them. And these are the fragrances that I have had for years and years. In fact, these are the fragrances that I featured them in my oldest fragrances in my collection. And the only reason why I decided to introduce them, I love these fragrances so much, so I decided I will use them. I will use them, and I will use them up, because it's a pity if these fragrances will go bad, right? And I want to enjoy these fragrances while they last, while they are at their prime condition. So I'm introducing this one, and this one is a beauty, and trust me, my heart is broken because I know that I have to use this fragrance, and I will use it, and I will toss the bottle, but I will enjoy this fragrance up until the last drop. So this is a beautiful fragrance, Gloria by Cacharel, and oh my gosh, it's such a beauty, and it brings back so many beautiful memories. So yeah, this is in my project pen, and it's gonna last me until I have nothing left here. So I don't think that I will take a long time to finish it up because I love it so much. And also the second fragrance is the fragrance that is a fragrance from Givenchy, and this is Irresistible. It's a very irresistible. It's actually the first one, and this is a beautiful rosy and peony, very flowery fragrance, and it's gonna be in my project pen as well. So I do have these 2 fragrances, kind of new entries, and I will finish them up, and I will introduce 2 other fragrances. So I think that I'm gonna take maybe a month to finish this one and another month to finish this one, because I'm telling you, I am a fragrance. I'm a destruction of fragrances. I use a lot of them. I use plenty of sprays every single time because I love to feel fragrance on myself. I don't understand people that make just one spray. It's like, for me, it's a waste of a spray. If you just make one spray, it means that you don't feel it, people around you don't feel it. And okay, I'm not spraying fragrance for people around me, I spray fragrance for myself. But I mean, and one spray, it's kind of, you can still feel it, but you don't enjoy it. And I know that some people might say, well, it's not a workplace placement appropriate if you have a lot of sprays. Yeah, but there are some options. The fragrances that are really, really faint, and you can make like 6 to 7 sprays and you will still be fine. But I don't know, I just couldn't never understand people that make like half spray or one spray. For me, it's like, don't spray at all, then just go in the shower, clean yourself, put some deodorant, and you're good to go. Because half of spray, you don't feel it, people don't feel it. Why waste money on a fragrance? So anyway, these are my thoughts, and this is my project pen, and I will have so much fun penning this fragrance. And obviously, these 5 fragrances, actually 6, that I've shown you, they are gonna be my fragrances when I have nothing to wear, because sometimes I have nothing to wear. So I'm gonna pick one of these fragrances, and they're quite different. So on 4 different occasions, 4 different styles, and etc. etc. Plus these 2 fragrances that of my older collection. And yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. But obviously, if I have in mind a particular fragrance that is not out of these ones, I'm free to use it. So it's gonna be mix and match. Let's say probably 50% of time I'm gonna be using these fragrances, and 50% of time I'm gonna be using other fragrances. And obviously, I'm not including here the fragrances that I'm gonna test, like samples and everything else. So anyway, thank you for your time, thank you for your attention. And if you are on no buy, low buy, or project pan, please let me know how it's going for you. And I wish you all the best with these projects, and I will see you next Wednesday. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Bye.